Air signs, let's get into it. What are they still not over? Let's good. First thing, let's see the signifier for this reading is actually the Devil card. Let's not freak out when this pops out. Let's remember what it stands for. A Devil card typically is representing someplace where we are out of control, where we are being led and not leading. This typically is in spaces of like addiction or obsession, in which, again, everything in moderation, right? Once we start to get out of balance with things, this becomes the energy that where there's some sort of a... Let me just jump into it because it'll make sense in a second. You were doing spiritual battle with someone. You're someone who maybe is not outwardly woo-woo, but you are very invested in your spirit, right? In your mental. Someone who's very protective of like your energy, whether that be through the time, through the people you involve yourself with in your life, through the jobs that you lend yourself to, right? You're someone who is very, very vested in the energy that they hold and cherish, and you're very kind of aware that this is a spiritual war of principalities. You understand that we are working against not flesh and blood. Because of that, you come across these kind of crazy, outlandish spiritual battles that no one else can really see. It looks like spiritual attack only to those who are aware, right? And so that's how you often sometimes land yourself in the spiritual community, because end up landing on pages trying to digest and understand why you're getting scratches randomly, why you're having a string of bad luck, why you're getting illness after illness, why you're having financial woes. Things that don't make sense for how you're living your day-to-day, right? Have a spiritual meaning and a spiritual understanding, and you get that. And so you find yourself on the spiritual side of things, although in your outward appearance in your day-to-day life, you may not be someone who is extremely, spiritually out there. So let's getting into the specifics. There is someone, and I even feel that this is someone you may know as maybe a matriarch in your family. This could be someone that has passed on and is either relaying this message, or you were in the battle again with this person for a while. Now, this could be just mentally, whether it's your mother, your grandmother telling you need to go into this career, and you're saying, no, I'm an artist, I'm gonna go this way. Or whether it is them saying, hey, to marry this person, and you're like, no, I'm gonna go this way. Or whether it's actual spell work and binding, right? Sometimes it's prayer work, and I had to actually ask a few of my family members to stop praying for me years ago, because what you want for my life is not what I want for my life. No offense, you might be thinking you're praying sunshine and roses over me, but you never know the path that God will take you to allow your prayers to come true. Does that make sense? So we have to recognize that, hey, I'm praying for you to be blessed so you can graduate medical school, because I think that's the best thing for you. What if that's not my path? Or what if the path that I have to go down to get there is so hard and harsh? The path for me to graduate medical school right now would be such a harsh, hard path. But maybe that's the case for you in this kind of back and forth of wits. And it could be, again, someone who was literally doing workings on you. I also have the High Priestess who came out here with the Queen of Cups. So I want to say it's someone who is like they're very nice in your face also. And I'm sad to say that there are a lot of these dynamics, especially nowadays. You see a lot of kids going no contact with their parents because a lot of a boomer generation had issues with kind of promoting themselves as so nice and helpful, but really there's a void and a space for healing that is not being filled there. The Queen of Cups can be very, very loving, beautiful, and accepting, and at surface value, emotionally mature. But we also have the reverse meaning always present for every reading. And so we have to understand that the Queen of Cups here, I'm getting here with the Devil and the High Priestess, is kind of letting me know that this is someone probably spiritually inept, someone who is highly aware of their emotional capacity. They probably have used their emotions to manifest or create things in the past, whether that be the kind of, that guilts you into doing things, and that's an emotional manipulation that they use, or they know how to pour their emotions so deeply into their spell binding. They are a massively powerful High Priestess witch, or root breaker. I also am getting that because of the Six of Cups. What I'm getting is that in this case, You and this person were kind of spiritually going back and forth. Like I said, in principality, they might have been doing actual, mixing herbs and setting things on fire. I'm not really sure. You might have done a fire stuff here or there, a candle stuff here. But more or less, this is mental gymnastics that you guys are going through. Like, out-thinking each other, out-energetically surpassing each other, out-powering each other through mental gymnastics. What happened here? You have finally won the battle. All right, you have finally won the back and forth. And I'm not sure if that is, again, because this person is no longer with us. They're in spirit. They're conceding to say you have won the battle, moving onward in this time-space reality. Whether or not they're still here and they have given up the ghost, they've kind of relieved themselves of this mission. They've let it go. You, Six of Cups, though, have the victory in this one. Again, I really feel this is someone matriarchal, from aunts to even older peasants. So there's someone in your family that from childhood has kind of been trying to destroy you, trying to take you out, trying to dismay you, trying to make your self-esteem weakened, trying to be the log in your path, and they're just kind of giving up. It definitely was an addiction for them as well. It was their actual obsession, destroying you, taking you out, bringing you to your knees as far as your self-esteem and your power goes. And we're threatened by you 100%, but you won. You actually won. And I'm also hearing you are winning not just the battle of this back and forth, but kind of the battle of being obsessed with this. And I feel that you know exactly what I'm talking about. Very recently, you released this person in your mind too. When you sort of released this fight in your mind, you sort of said, maybe you couldn't even peg which family member it was. You couldn't tell if it was your aunt or your cousin or your mother on your father's side or your brother. You couldn't tell who it was coming from. But you had the sense, because again, you're very in tune. And you had the sense that there was a maternal figure that was wishing you harm and ill for a long time. You've done all the work. You've read all the books. You've done all the cleanses. You've done all the forgiveness spells. And just recently, you decided to let it go. Something in that release, something in what you did to release this situation is what has freed them as well. It takes two to tango, you know what I'm saying? And so this addiction was a two-way street, and you allowed them to let go. Finally, you're both actually free, honestly. It's kind of beautiful. This person, however, I'm going to read the oracle parts. They were dodging growth like it's homework. Whereas they may appear extremely emotionally mature as a Queen of Hearts person, High Priestess energy, they definitely have a lot of work to do. They've been in this comfort zone of being this person can be in for a long time. Manifesting sleep. I feel like this person has been missing out on so much sleep, and there's kind of a burnout that they have been running for as well, and they're just not recognizing it and realizing that all these years of chasing this dynamic of this hatred has caused them to miss out on sleep and this extreme spiritual fatigue that has slowed down the workings that they were doing for even others. And they have now realized that that was never closure. Nothing they were ever going to do on that left-handed path was ever going to bring them closure. And finally, releasing you to decide and manifest for yourself, and releasing your energy is freeing both of you. That's what they're still not over. Because they had to let up all of these workings for years, all of these prayers for years. They can't believe it. But they know it was never going to do anything. A little bit of an emotional hangover, a little bit of, have an open-ended answer, Bear. But I feel like you get it.